The Fearless Frog and the Deep Pond. In a peaceful corner of the forest, where the trees whispered secrets to the wind, there was a pond so deep and wide that no one truly knew how far it stretched. It was a place of mystery, where frogs would leap and splash, and dragonflies would dance in the sunlight. But the deepest part of the pond had always been a little too scary for most creatures, all except for one brave little frog named Finn. Finn was small, green, and full of energy, but there was one thing that made him different from the other frogs. He was fearless. While the other frogs hopped around the edges of the pond, avoiding the deep, dark waters, Finn often gazed curiously into the depths. He was determined to discover what lay beyond the shadows. One bright morning, as the sun shone brightly on the water, Finn stood at the edge of the pond, staring down into the dark, mysterious waters. The other frogs were playing nearby, splashing and croaking with joy, but they kept their distance from the deep side of the pond. "Don't go there, Finn!" called out Lily, a frog who always played it safe. "It's too deep, and no one knows what's at the bottom." But Finn wasn't afraid. "I wonder what secrets lie in the deep pond," he said, his eyes sparkling with curiosity. The older frogs had often warned him about the dangers of the deep waters. "It's dark and unknown. Don't venture too far," they would say. But Finn felt a strange pull toward the center of the pond, as if it was calling to him. "I'm going to find out," Finn said with a grin, and without another word he dove into the water. As he swam deeper, the light from above began to fade, and the water grew cooler and darker. But Finn didn't hesitate. He paddled on, his strong legs pushing him forward. Along the way, he passed schools of fish that darted through the water, and seaweed that swayed like dancers. He even spotted a turtle resting on a rock, its wise eyes watching him swim by. After a long journey through the deep waters, Finn finally reached the very bottom of the pond. There, nestled in the muck and mud, was a beautiful, glowing stone. It shimmered with colors of blue and green, like the sky and the sea combined. Finn's heart raced with excitement. He had discovered something truly magical, something no other frog had ever seen. He gently nudged the stone, and it floated up into his hands. At that moment, the water around him began to glow with the stone's light, and Finn realized that the deep pond was not something to fear at all. It was a place full of beauty and wonder, waiting to be explored. As Finn made his way back to the shore, the other frogs watched in awe. "You went all the way to the bottom?" Lily asked, wide-eyed. Finn held up the glowing stone. "It's not as scary as it seems. The deep pond is full of secrets, and I found one. There's nothing to fear if you're brave enough to face it." The other frogs gathered around, admiring the stone's soft, glowing light. From that day on, they no longer feared the deep waters. They followed Finn's example, exploring the pond's depths and discovering new wonders together. And Finn, the fearless frog, became a legend in the forest, a symbol of bravery, curiosity, and the belief that facing your fears can lead to beautiful discoveries. The end. Moral of the story: facing your fears opens the door to new opportunities and discoveries. Sometimes, what seems scary at first can be full of beauty and wonder, if you have the courage to explore. Frog Face Glowing Star.